Did you know that you can make soap at home with only 3 ingredients? I made this bar and you can too. It's very simple and I'm going to show you how to do it. The soap commonly found in bathrooms and drugstores across the country is not even real soap. According to the FDA, for a product to be labeled as soap, it must be mostly comprised of the alkali salts of fatty acids. This is the material you get when you combine an oil or fat like tallow, olive oil, or coconut oil with an alkali such as sodium hydroxide. But who cares? They both clean my skin. What's the difference? Well, there's a significant amount of evidence pointing to the endocrine disrupting effects of synthetic detergents that companies like Dove and Old Spice make. Luckily, it is very easy to make hormone and skin healthy soap at home with ingredients that you'd buy at the grocery store. This is how to make skin loving tallow soap with 3 ingredients. Let me show you what you need. As for equipment, you'll need a heat safe mixing bowl, a pot, some silicone molds, a pitcher, silicone spatula, a scale, and a thermometer. So I have 32 ounces of grass-fed tallow in this pot. I have 12.16 ounces of distilled water in this bowl. Now you are gonna wanna use distilled water because distilled water doesn't have any minerals or any other impurities that can affect the batch at the end. Now, if I were to mix water and tallow together, what I will have at the end is a very greasy substance that will clog your drains. So the key ingredient, sodium hydroxide. In this pitcher, I have 4.2 ounces of sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide on its own can be a very caustic and dangerous chemical, but it is necessary when it comes to soap making. We are going to mix the sodium hydroxide with the water. It will then become what is known as lye. And lye transforms the fatty acids in the tallow into a substance that lifts impurities off of your skin and drains down the sink without a problem. The full recipe as well as the instructions will be in the description below. For now, we are going to heat our tallow. We want that to melt completely and get to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I'm going to mix my lye. I'm going to pour the sodium hydroxide beads into the pot of water. You want to do this in a well-ventilated area because as this gets mixed, it heats up, it releases fumes, and those fumes can choke you up. Soap traditionally used to be made using the fat of animals like lard, beef fat, sheep fat, or with the oils of fruit like coconut oil and olive oil. In fact, olive oil has been used in soap making for at least 1200 years. It's only in the past 100 years or so that humans have deviated from traditional soap making. And I don't think it's a coincidence that you see cases such as eczema, psoriasis, other acne issues more rampant than ever before. It's all related to your internal health. Yes, genetics play a part in how your skin manifests, but the appearance of your skin has a lot to say about what's going on inside your body. And your skin being an organ that consumes, it absorbs anything that you apply on it. You should be feeding it the healthiest skincare possible. Let's check on the temperature of our lye and tallow. So I am temping my oil and my lye solution, and we are at about 115 degrees. You want both of them to be within 10 degrees of each other at that 110 to 120 degrees Fahrenheit range. You are going to carefully pour the lye solution into your oils, and we will begin to mix. A key piece of equipment I forgot to mention is a hand mixer, immersion blender. We are going to mix this mixture until it reaches something we soap makers call trace. Trace means when the oils and the lye is completely emulsified and we have the final product, soap. If you take a peek in here, you'll see some more translucent swirls around the edges of the batter. That means that it's not fully incorporated yet. That's the oils that still have not been fully immersed. So we're gonna keep mixing until we reach that pudding-like consistency, and I'll show you what that looks like.
A few moments later.
Well, we have reached trace. Come take a look. It's much thicker, and if I lift up some soap, you see the swirls that just kind of sit on top of the mixture. So that means we have reached trace and it's ready to be poured. This is now soap, ladies and gentlemen. Good job. After you have them poured into your silicone mold, you want to give them a light tap just to release any air bubbles. But if you get air in there, it's not really a big of a deal. These are going to harden in the molds for about 24 hours until they are ready to be handled, and that's when we will pop them out and then allow them to cure for 4 weeks. In a well ventilated and clean area, you will put your soap onto a tray or wherever it is. Put a little bit of space in between them. Here is where it will cure for 4 weeks. Now, we do this to allow the remaining lye that's in the bar to evaporate. Otherwise, if you were to use the soap the day you popped it out of the mold, it will most likely burn you. It's a very necessary step in making cold process soap, as we just did. I hope you found that helpful and fun. It could be a messy endeavor, as you can see, but it's worth it when you think of the potential negative health impacts that you are suffering when you're using these toxic products. It's so worth it to make your own stuff at home, and I can't wait to show you more. We've got a bunch of ideas here at Healthy Soul on healthy skincare products, and I'd appreciate it a lot if you would like, share, comment on this video, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. If you have any advice or tips or feedback, I'd love to hear it.